Hello and welcome back to my channel. So, I just graduated my Japanese language school. So, it's been 2 years since I started my Japanese language school, and yeah, the first half was actually online because I wasn't able to go to Japan, but I was finally able to go last year. So yeah, it's been a year online and a year here in Japan, and it has been interesting. Like, I knew some Japanese before I started the Japanese language school, so I was like kind of able to speak but not that good, and absolutely could not read. Like, I was so bad at reading and of course writing as well. And yeah, I really wanted to make this video because I think many of people who watch my channel want to go to Japan and maybe study here as well. So yeah, I think a lot of you can relate to trying to search a school and don't really know what to expect from the school, and yeah, stuff like that. So for me personally, I knew Japanese before I started studying in the school, so yeah, it wasn't that hard for me in the beginning to, I guess, just learn the basics, because it was such a long time since I learned the basics, so I had them pretty much nailed down. But like, my vocabulary wasn't that good, and also like I had no confidence in speaking Japanese at all because I had no one around me to speak Japanese with, so I was very bad at speaking. But yeah, like, honestly, the school I went to, we didn't really do that much speaking, at least not like the first half of my studies, because yeah, not that many people in my class could speak Japanese, and I was the only one who like knew the Japanese words. Yeah, I think the other students could understand what I said to them, but they could not speak to me. So yeah, that was honestly quite hard in the beginning because I had no one to speak to, like even in my class. But yeah, I think as time went on, like the people in my class also got better at Japanese and was able to speak when some time had passed. But yeah, and also I actually made some very good friends in my Japanese language school. Honestly, I didn't think I could make friends in like such a environment because everyone's from different countries, and yeah, like just different cultures in general. Even in Europe, people are so different in Europe, like depending on where you come from, because Sweden, we're introverted geeks and like, I don't know, French people are more outgoing and kind of, I don't know, extroverted. I think like that's just me, like, I don't know, stereotyping countries, but you get the point. We're all so different, and honestly, I thought I have a pretty hard time finding some friends. And yeah, like this, like, it's probably gonna be long, so yeah, I'll just like put up some footage of me like visiting Shinjuku-gyoen while I'm talking, because you can't like watch my face forever, you know. So yeah, just watch the footage as I speak. But yeah, honestly, I made some very good friends, and one of them even is going to the same fashion school as me after like graduating, so that's pretty nice. And I think one of the biggest things that I was able to do while studying in my Japanese language school was taking the N1 exam. So I think most of you know what the JLPT is. Japanese Language Proficiency Test is what it's called in English, and it's basically like a knowledge test, like of how well you can read and understand Japanese. And N1 is the most difficult level, and it's actually pretty famous for how difficult it is to get it, because yeah, it is pretty fucking difficult. And I think that the most difficult thing about N1 is all the kanji you have to be able to read, and also like the level of Japanese you can understand as well, because even if you can read, that doesn't 100% guarantee that you understand like what you're reading, if you get what I mean. So you have to have a pretty good knowledge in Japanese, and also kanji, and also yeah, just words in general. Like, they test you on so much, and also listening as well. And to be totally honest with you, I don't feel like I've studied Japanese. Honestly, I've been like listening to Japanese since I was so small. I think I was like maybe 10 years old, like the first time I watched a Japanese anime, and yeah, ever since then I've listened to Japanese every single day just because I loved anime and music so much. So I think like the listening part I pretty much had nailed down because just my interests was all around Japanese culture in general. So I think like the hardest part for me was to learn how to speak and also read. And reading is probably hardest for me because I don't know, my brain just can't remember stuff like people's names and also kanji. I think it's kind of the same thing. I think to my brain that kind of information just gets lost. I just cannot for my life remember. And yeah, I had such a struggle learning to read kanji, and honestly I still cannot read every kanji. Obviously I cannot. Like I can guess what the words mean, but I can't say to you what the word is, but I can like figure out what kind of the vibe is, if you know what I mean. And also, since my like word knowledge is quite high, I can kind of guess what the kanji is even if I can't read it. So yeah, I think that's also something to remember. If you're trying to study for N1 or N2 for that sake, my recommendation would be YouTubers and also audiobooks. I just love audiobooks. Like that is such a sidetrack, but like I love audiobooks so much. And yeah, just listening to Japanese audiobooks helped me so much. Honestly, I did not think that I would be able to get N1 because how difficult it is and the fact that I'm not from a kanji using country. So for example, Chinese people, they know the kanji. Even if they can't read the words in Japanese, they know the kanji in Chinese. So the meaning of the kanji is the same. So that's kind of how they understand the sentence, even if they can't read it. So yeah, I mean, it's not unfair, but like, hey, that's kind of an advantage, you know, like if you come from Europe like me, like you have absolutely no clue from the start what the kanji is. So yeah, I'd say that was the worst thing. But yeah, enough about Japanese language school. Life in general, life lately for me, I think is pretty good. So my apartment have been coming together more and more, and I feel like it's quite cozy, so I might do a room tour in the future, or maybe like, I don't know, next week if I have time before my fashion school starts. And yeah, also just my family coming in a week or so is also a big thing, honestly, because I haven't seen my family for like a year. Isn't that kind of insane to think about, not meeting your family in 1 year? It's the first time for me, like, not being able to meet them. Yeah, it's quite strange not having your family around and being able to meet them, because yeah, you have been able to meet them like every day of your life, and then I moved to Japan and I just wasn't able to meet them anymore. So yeah, that's quite a big thing actually. I'm gonna show them around Tokyo and like take them places. Not that I know that much about Tokyo. I've lived here for almost a year now, and yeah, honestly, there's so many places I haven't been to. I mostly go to Shinjuku, Harajuku, and Shibuya because that's the places I know, and yeah, I end up going just to those places, which is kind of sad because like I live here now, like I can go anywhere in Tokyo, just a day trip if I wanted to, but yeah, I just haven't gone, which I really hope to do more of this year, just going out in Tokyo in general and hopefully outside of Tokyo as well. Like that would be nice. I think like last year I went to Enoshima and Kawagoe and that was it. Like I didn't set my foot out of Tokyo more than that, so yeah, I definitely need to get my ass up and just go somewhere because Japan has so much to offer, you know, more than just Tokyo and Skytree, you know. So yeah, that's what I want to do this year. And I haven't been feeling lonely, but just kind of feeling strange in a way, because the people around me like come and go so fast. And it's the first time in my life that had been happening to me, because in a small town in Sweden, it's almost the same people that are around you, and you'll meet them every other day, and yeah, it's a totally different environment than here in Japan, because like people come and go so fast. People at work, people at school, just people in general, like your friends as well. I also feel that's because of the way I meet people here, because I mostly meet people like online and then meet them in real life, and you don't really have a connection with those kind of people, because yeah, they can just leave you at any time, and you can as well for that sake. And yeah, that has just been fucking with my mind so long now, because just all these weird relationships where you're not really connected, but you kind of are, because I don't know, you feel alone and you want to meet someone, and then they just disappear one day and you're like, oh, okay, next one, you know? So yeah, that's a thing. And I don't know, is that something like you want to hear more about, like, I don't know, dating culture in Japan? Because it is pretty interesting honestly, what people do here. And yeah, how the dating culture and like just dating in general here is like so strange to me in so many ways, because yeah, it's just totally different culture as well. It's pretty interesting. So let me know if you want me to talk about that kind of stuff, because yeah, it's sad but interesting. So yeah, that's how I've been living my life lately. And yeah, I'm actually kind of busy because I'm working 3 jobs now, so yeah, working 3 jobs is like it's fun at the same time, but kind of hard also, because the scheduling, oh my god, like my schedule is like all over the place. So yeah, that's kind of hard as well. Making my schedule is like the worst. So yeah, I guess this was just like a life update of some sort. I don't know, is someone going to watch this? I have no clue, but like, if you did, thank you so much for watching. And if you plan to go to Japan, let me know if there's something you want me to talk about, like living in Japan, studying in Japan, just like Japan stuff in general. If there's something you want me to make a video about, please tell me. I'll answer like to my best, because yeah, honestly, just 1 year in Japan, you don't know that much, but like, if there's something I can help you with, like, please tell me, because I want to help you guys if there's anything you're wondering. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and yeah, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of these kind of weird rambling videos. This was just a life update, but like vlogs in general, please tell me if that's something you want me to make, because I have some free time until my new school starts. So yeah, feel free to tell me in the comment, and I will see you next time. Bye bye!